The drama begins with two children playing together, and a girl is narrating a story to the boy. The boy is holding a toy from Fogs, and both of them are enjoying themselves a lot. At that moment, we see the male lead, Tang Ming, whose eyes open. He goes to the doctor. The doctor asks him about his health, and he says, "Because of you, I slept well today." Tang Ming is the CEO of a very big industry. He isn't able to sleep properly because he suffers from insomnia. After this, when he sits in his car, his assistant calls him boss. Tang Ming stops him and says, "Before being my assistant, you are my friend, so you should call me by my name." On the other side, we see the female lead, Mo Fei. She is on her channel in an app where she often comes live and talks to her fans. She is telling her fans here, "I'm also a fashion designing student. These days, I'm studying Xiaoyu embroidery, which is a very old and big embroidery of China. I want to learn as much as I can about it. I want to become a famous fashion designer, and I'm also preparing an outfit." During this, her best friend Shen Jia calls her and says, "Tangming Industry is going to organize a very big fashion show, so you should go there." Hearing this, Mo Fei immediately agrees because she wants to go there and see their designs, so she too can become a good fashion designer. The next day, when they go to the fashion designing show, Mo Fei is observing everything and taking notes very well, and she really likes the show. Then at the end, we see a designer named Shui Ling, who is telling everyone there, "I've made all of this based on Chinese culture." Everyone is very happy and claps. Then Tang Ming also arrives there and says, "My father started this industry 30 years ago, and now I want the Chinese traditional industry to go very far." After that, when everyone is eating there, Mo Fei is talking to her friend Shen Jia about the day's designs. She says, "I didn't find these designs that great," and she starts talking about the designs and Chinese culture. Shui Ling and Tang Ming are also listening to everything. So Shui Ling goes to her and asks, "Would you like to tell me what mistakes I made?" Mo Fei, without any fear, starts explaining to her what things were lacking and what kind of fabric should have been used. She also compliments her, but along with that, she points out her mistakes, seeing which Tang Ming gets very impressed. Just then, some reporters arrive, due to which Mo Fei's notes fall down, and Tang Ming picks them up and says, "You copied our designs. You know what the punishment for that is, right?" So Mo Fei says, "I haven't stolen anything. I just analyzed all these designs." But Tang Ming keeps saying, "You stole them." And because of this, both of them get into a fight. Mo Fei, in anger, keeps escalating things, so her friend Shen Jia takes her away from there. After this, when Tang Ming is in his office, he is thinking about Mo Fei. He thinks, "That girl knows so much about cultural things and fabrics. This girl can prove to be very good for our company, so I should get to know more about her." Then we see that Mo Fei comes to Tang Ming's office and insists on meeting him, but the people there don't let her meet Tang Ming, which makes her very irritated. After that, Tang Ming's assistant comes to him and asks, "You know that Mo Fei comes to our office every day to meet you, but you refuse to meet her. Why are you doing that?" So he replies, "I want to see her dedication toward the work. When this girl is so troubled about this notebook, then how much dedication she must have toward her work. So let her be a little more troubled for now." After this, when Mo Fei is at home, she goes live on her app, where Tang Ming also gets added to the app, and she is criticizing him. She says, "How a powerful man kept my notebook and isn't even returning it." Because of this, Mo Fei is very upset. During this, she notices that a new follower has also joined, who in reality is none other than Tang Ming himself. But Mo Fei doesn't know this. Just then, her brother comes in, who is insisting on doing modeling and says, "You just convince mom, I'll handle the rest." Then we see a scene in an office, where we meet a girl named Bai Xiao, who is a model. She sees that a boy is arriving there, whose name is Xiao Yu. He is a very big designer and has just returned from France, and he holds a very high post in the company. Bai Xiao really likes him a lot, and as she goes to talk to him, a lot of girls surround Xiao Yu. After that, Xiao Yu meets a girl in the office named Linda, who trains all the models. The next day, Xiao Yu is watching the training of all the models, where Mo Fei's brother, Mo Fan, is also present, and he gets selected. Then we see that he goes to the washroom to change his clothes, and just then, there is a girl in the changing room named Lu Ju. Mo Fan asks her, "What are you doing in the boys' changing room?" Then Lu Ju says, "I came here by mistake," and she leaves from there. And a little later, we find out that Lu Ju and Xiao Yu have known each other for a long time and are talking comfortably because Lu Ju is none other than Tang Ming's cousin sister. Since Tang Ming and Xiao Yu used to know each other very well and were very good friends, but due to some reason, they had a falling out, so they are not talking now. Then we see that Mo Fei is standing at a very old embroidery shop looking at some designs, and just then, Tang Ming arrives there and stands behind her, which is clearly visible in the mirror. But Mo Fei is so busy looking at the designs that she doesn't notice him. Then Tang Ming touches her from behind, so Mo Fei asks him, "What are you doing here?" Tang Ming replies, "I saw you. so I thought I'd come to you. Mo Fei finds this quite strange, but she ignores it and asks for her notebook, to which Tang Ming says, "You didn't write the address correctly, so I couldn't deliver your notebook." Then he takes her phone number and address and leaves happily. After this, on the way, his assistant tells him, "Your sister Lu Ju has arrived, and she is with Xiao Yu." So Tang Ming quickly goes to Xiao Yu's industry to pick up his sister, and he sees her there talking to Xiao Yu, and Xiao Yu is also treating her just like his little sister. Then Tang Ming says, "Let's go home." But his sister Lu Ju replies, "Today I'm going to dinner with Xiao Yu, so I'll come home tomorrow morning." But Tang Ming scolds her and forcefully takes her home, where Tang Ming's mom is very happy to see Lu Ju and showers her with a lot of love and affection. After that, when they are having dinner at home together, Lu Ju says, "I also want to do modeling." But Tang Ming directly refuses and says, "You should focus on your studies right now, not on these kinds of things." So Lu Ju gets angry, leaves her food and goes to her room. After this, Tang Ming's father explains to him, "You shouldn't restrict your sister so much. If her intention is to do modeling, then she should do it." Because of this, Tang Ming agrees. On the other side, Mo Fei has made a dress, which a customer comes to collect. But the customer is none other than Bai Xiao, who has been Mo Fei's enemy since college days, and she starts pointing out flaws in the dress that Mo Fei made. Just then, the two of them get into another fight. When Mo Fei goes home, her brother comes to her and tells her, "I got selected in modeling, and now I'm a model from Xiao Yu's industry." Hearing this, Mo Fei becomes very happy. So she orders food from outside to celebrate her brother's success. And as soon as she goes out to pick up the food, she sees Tang Ming standing outside her house. And the moment Tang Ming sees Mo Fei coming out, he thinks, "She came out for me." So he happily steps out of his car and is just about to say hi to her, but Mo Fei ignores him and runs off to get the food. Seeing this, Tang Ming feels quite upset, and when Mo Fei returns with the food, he asks her, "You went to get food?" Mo Fei replies, "What did you think?" Then Tang Ming doesn't say anything further and hands her the notebook and leaves. After this, we see that Xiao Yu finds out about the dress made by Mo Fei, and he gets very impressed by it. And when Bai Xiao tries on the dress made by Mo Fei, she starts criticizing it a lot. Just then, Xiao Yu also arrives there and introduces himself to Mo Fei, because of which she gets very happy, as she is a huge fan of Xiao Yu and is meeting him for the first time. Xiao Yu is already very impressed by Mo Fei, so he invites her for coffee. Then the two go for coffee, where he tells her, "If you ever face any problem, you can contact me." After that, he leaves. Just then, Bai Xiao arrives there, who had been secretly listening to their conversation, and she starts fighting with Mo Fei. After this, we see Tang Ming, who is talking to Shui Ling about their company, because right now, their company is suffering huge losses, and they are trying to figure out how to bring the company back to its former glory. After that, he goes to Master Li's shop to talk, "Can you prepare some designs for us?" There, he meets Mo Fei and calls her outside after seeing her. When Mo Fei asks him, "What are you doing here?" he replies, "You work here, right? So can you show me all the designs here?" So Mo Fei starts showing him all the designs, which impresses Tang Ming a lot. Then he bumps into something and falls, getting hurt. Seeing this, Mo Fei laughs a lot and Tang Ming blushes too. After that, he takes Mo Fei to his design shop and says to her, "Can you tell me what's missing in these designs because our shop is performing really badly? And look, speak honestly. Don't worry about hurting my feelings." So Mo Fei looks at all the designs and tells Tang Ming, "I want to take you somewhere." Then she starts showing him around the city and finally takes him to a small shop. There, a lady is currently working on embroidery, and then she brings him over and shows him the work and says, "Touch this and tell me how it feels." When Tang Ming touches the design, he accidentally touches Mo Fei's hand, and she immediately pulls her hand away, while Tang Ming blushes a lot. Then he says, "This design is warm. It's been done very delicately. It feels like someone created this with their heart." Then Mo Fei says, "Exactly. You understood it right. Every single thread has been handled so well that no machine can ever do such work. You need to bring the same soul into your clothing designs too, because this is cultural, and the power it holds can never be replicated by machines." After this, while they are walking back, Mo Fei sees a Prince toy at a shop and likes it. So Tang Ming buys that toy for her. After that, he buys a frog toy for himself. Then, while Tang Ming is in his car, he asks his assistant, "If a girl touches someone for the first time, what does that mean?" His assistant understands everything, so he says, "It means that the girl likes you." Hearing this, Tang Ming becomes very happy. On the other hand, we see the Xiao Yu industry, where all the models are getting ready for training. Lu Ju and Mo Fan are also there. At that moment, Linda arrives, who is very strict. She tells everyone, "If you can't handle the pressure, the door is open. You can leave right now, because we need a perfect candidate for modeling. You'll have to work really hard for this." It's the first day today, so all the models are quite anxious and are wondering how they'll manage modeling. But Luju is very confident and tells everyone, "I've done modeling before, so I'm confident." Then she notices Mo Fan and says to him, "You look really scared." Mo Fan replies, "I'm not scared at all because I've practiced a lot for this." After that, when the training begins, everyone is doing modeling quite well. But Luju becomes very nervous and ends up being the last to model. She's so scared that she can't even walk straight. Just then, Mo Fan comes and holds her hand to help her walk the ramp, because of which Luju feels very comfortable and confidently completes the modeling training. Everyone claps for them. After this, when Linda is about to leave, Xiaoyu comes to her and asks about Luju. How did she perform today? So Linda asks him, "Why are you so interested in her?" He replies, "She's my friend's sister. She's Tang Ming's sister, so that makes her my sister too." Linda gets shocked and says, "But she hasn't mentioned any of this till now." Xiaoyu says, "Maybe she wants to stay loyal to her goals and doesn't want to use her connections. And yes, don't give her any favors, just take a little care of her." Linda agrees to this and says okay. On the other hand, we see Tang Ming going to the shop where Mo Fei works and talking to the main in-charge Master Li about collaboration because he really liked all of their designs. The most special thing about their designs is that they are made by hand, not machines. So Master Li agrees to this deal as it gives her an opportunity to promote her small shop in big cities. Because of this, more people will get to see their craftsmanship, and her shop will also grow. After this, Tang Ming goes to meet Mo Fei, where they are talking about the workshop, how to create the designs, and what needs to be done. They spend a good amount of time together and have a great time. Later, Tang Ming also drops her off at her house, where she invites him inside. But before entering, Tang Ming notices from his car that a guy has come to deliver food. So Tang Ming thinks he's going to hit Mo Fei with the bike. That's why he rushes to save her. Then both the delivery guy and Mo Fei get confused, wondering why Tang Ming came running like that, because there was plenty of space for the bike to pass. And just like that, poor Tang Ming ends up making a hero-style entry and ends up embarrassing himself. When Tang Ming enters Mo Fei's house, he sees the same Prince toy on the table that he had gifted her, and then he also finds the frog toy there. He picks up both and places them together on the table. Then he sees a booklet about a university in France and he asks her, "Do you want to go to France for your studies?" So Mo Fei tells him, "Yes, I want to go to France for my studies, and it's my dream to become a great designer one day. And I also want to do this so I can take Chinese culture even further." Hearing this, Tang Ming gets even more impressed. The next day, the modeling show begins, where all the models start performing one by one. At that moment, we see Tang Ming, who tells his assistant to call Mo Fei there and asks her to sit beside him. When Xiaoyu notices this, he feels jealous. So he also goes and sits next to Mo Fei. Throughout the entire show, both Xiaoyu and Tang Ming keep talking to poor Mo Fei. Sometimes she answers one, sometimes the other, and ends up getting annoyed. After the show ends, Xiaoyu is leaving when he runs into a man named Pan Su, for whom Mo Fei had designed a dress. Pan Su tells him, "Mo Fei is also trying to get into your university, and she's preparing a dress for it to help her get admission." Hearing this, Xiaoyu is shocked and also feels happy. Later, when Mo Fei gets home, she is working with her friend Shen Jia. Her friend says, "Can't you see how many fishes are swimming around you?" Mo Fei doesn't understand her. So Shen Jia says again, "I think both Tang Ming and Xiaoyu have started liking you." But Mo Fei doesn't react at all and avoids her comment. Then we see Tang Ming in his office holding a book called The Little Prince, which reminds him of a girl from his childhood, because that girl always used to tell him that story, which we saw in the drama's first episode. Next, we see Mo Fan at a club singing a song. Since he's also a good singer, he earns some side income from there too. Lu Ju is also there to hear him sing, along with her friends. They ask her to drink and challenge her to finish the bottle. Mo Fan doesn't like this at all, so he stops singing, walks down the stage, and everyone thinks he's going to start a fight. But instead, he calmly says, "I'll drink. I want to take the challenge." And he empties the bottle one after the other because he doesn't want Lu Ju to drink. Then he starts singing again, which impresses Lu Ju a lot. Meanwhile, Mo Fei is at home when Xiaoyu visits her and gives her a very expensive scissor, saying, "It's from a very famous designer and is very expensive, so I want to gift it to you." But Mo Fei refuses to accept such an expensive gift. Then Xiaoyu tells her, "I found out you're trying to get into my university, so technically, you're my junior. That's why I want to gift this to you." Hearing this, Mo Fei feels happy and accepts the gift. After that, Mo Fei goes to meet Tang Ming outside his office. So Tang Ming asks her, "Why didn't you come inside? Are you scared of my security?" Mo Fei replies, "No, I'm not scared of anyone." Actually, Mo Fei was really scared of his security because every time she tried to enter, the guards kicked her out. That's why she wasn't going in anymore. Tang Ming knew this, so he laughs and says, "Oh, so you were scared to come in. That's why you called the company's CEO outside." Hearing this, Mo Fei also laughs. Then Tang Ming says, "Come on, let's celebrate, because our contract is about to be completed today." so they both go to a small cafe to celebrate. Mo Fei enjoys a lot because she used to come there often, but poor Tang Ming finds it very strange because it's his first time there, and the place is kind of dirty. He had never been to such a place before, but since Mo Fei was with him, he happily sat there. After that, he asks Mo Fei for some hot water, so Mo Fei thinks he wants to drink it. But instead, Tang Ming uses the hot water to clean her chopsticks and hands them to her, saying, "Now eat comfortably." Seeing this, Mo Fei feels very touched and asks him, "How can you care for me so much?" Tang Ming replies, "You should take care of yourself too. You shouldn't eat from such places without rinsing things with hot water." Later, Tang Ming is walking Mo Fei home, and when she asks, "You have a car, so why are you walking?" he starts giving random excuses. "Walking helps with digestion, so I'm walking." But walking was just an excuse. His real reason was to spend more time with Mo Fei. Then we see Mo Fan, who gets a visit from Lu Ju at his home. She starts looking around his place and then notices the prince-themed toy. She insists on taking it, but Mo Fan refuses and says, "It belongs to my sister, so I can't give it to you." But Lu Ju keeps requesting, "Please give it to me." So eventually, Mo Fan agrees and gives her the toy. After that, they spend some time talking at home, and when Lu Ju starts to leave, Mo Fan walks her downstairs. Meanwhile, Mo Fei also arrives outside her house. Then Tang Ming says to her, "Why do you keep looking at my face?" Tang Ming thinks Mo Fei has started liking him and that she's about to confess her feelings. But Mo Fei says, "You still have sauce on your mouth? How did you even eat like that?" Hearing this, poor Tang Ming gets embarrassed. He tries to clean it off but fails, so Mo Fei wipes his face with a tissue. Just then, Mo Fan and Lu Ju also arrive and see them, and both pairs are shocked. Tang Ming sees his sister with Mo Fan and asks, "What are you doing with a guy this late at night?" But instead, those two tease them back, saying, "What are you two doing this late? Do guys and girls just hang out alone like that?" They both start teasing them, and Tang Ming can't even scold his sister. He just takes her away from there. On the way, he keeps asking, "What were you doing there?" But Lu Ju, being even more clever, says, "You and Mo Fei look really good together. Are you two dating?" Hearing this, Tang Ming becomes even happier, and instead of scolding her, he just starts smiling. Meanwhile, Mo Fan is also teasing Mo Fei. "Tell me the truth, you two are dating, right?" But Mo Fei doesn't say anything and just smiles. The next day, Tang Ming gives her an ID card and says, "Always keep this with you. With it, you can come to my office anytime." As they're talking, Zuiling sees them together and feels extremely jealous. Later, when Mo Fei goes home, she sees Lu Ju is there again, making breakfast with Mo Fan. Seeing the two of them together, Mo Fei feels really happy and understands that even if they aren't dating yet, they really like each other. As they all get ready to have breakfast together, Mo Fei gets a call from her teacher, Master Li, who tells her there's a problem at the shop. Actually, the workshop where she was working had secretly been signed over to Master Li's nephew. He ruined the hard work of so many years. Because of this, Master Li now refuses to collaborate with Tang Ming. After that, Mo Fei immediately calls Tang Ming, and the two of them leave together for the workshop, where Master Li's nephew is present along with Tang Ming's rival, Hai Tian. Hai Tian offers Tang Ming, "If you want to collaborate with this workshop, you'll have to work with me again." Actually, Hai Tian is a very fraudulent person. In the past, he had committed multiple frauds with Tang Ming's company, which even led to legal battles. And now, he's trying to sneak back into his life. But Tang Ming rejects his offer and walks away. Later, when they meet Master Li, she is very sad. So Tang Ming takes her to a place where there are many shops and says, "From now on, all these shops are yours. I've registered them in your name, and this time your nephew won't be able to do anything, because even if he took your old shop away, he can't take your talent. As long as you have your talent, no one can destroy you, so start fresh again." Hearing this, Mo Fei gets deeply impressed, and when she goes home, she goes live on her app and tells her fans, "How can a person be so good? Someone who lives just for others' happiness? Honestly, I've never met anyone so kind before." Tang Ming, listening to everything she says on the app, gets so happy that he starts dancing and imagines himself dancing with Mo Fei. After that, Xiao Yu calls Mo Fei to meet and asks her, "Are you also participating in this modeling show as a designer?" Mo Fei says yes. Xiao Yu tells her, "Then you don't need to worry because I'm a judge in this show." But Mo Fei immediately refuses and says, "Please don't do me any favors because I want to be selected based on my talent, not because of someone else." Xiao Yu feels happy hearing this. On the other hand, 5 models are selected in the industry to perform in the show, and one of them is Mo Fan. The remaining 4 are different, and Lu Ju is nowhere in the list, which makes her very sad. Mo Fan goes to comfort her, and she says, "Don't worry, I knew something like this would happen, so I had mentally prepared myself. Just give me some time, I'll be fine." Please don't stress about me. Focus on your practice. The next day, Mo Fei goes to Tang Ming's office and the security stops her, but she proudly shows her identity card, so she's allowed inside. Tang Ming takes her to his studio, where many dresses for the models are prepared. He asks her, "Can you tell what's missing in these?" Mo Fei replies, "All of these dresses are copied designs, so your company has a high chance of failing in the show." Hearing this, Tang Ming offers her a job and says, "From today, work here, so you can observe and improve the flaws in the dresses our company creates." Mo Fei accepts the job and feels very happy, and immediately starts working. But Zuiling is deeply upset seeing all this, because she likes Tang Ming, and now feels that Mo Fei and Tang Ming have become too close. The next day, the show begins. All the designers bring their costumes and start presenting them. Everyone is presenting their dresses confidently. Then it's Mo Fei's turn. She also presents her dresses, and everyone gets really impressed because she has created very beautiful designs. Tang Ming is also present there, and when the judges start giving scores to the contestants, Xiao Yu notices Tang Ming in the audience. So instead of giving good marks to Mo Fei, he deliberately gives her very low scores, causing Mo Fei to end up with the lowest marks. After that, she becomes very upset and starts walking away when she runs into Bai Xiao on the way. Bai Xiao insults her harshly and says, "This is exactly what you deserve." Ignoring her words, Mo Fei continues walking when Xiao Yu arrives and says, "Come on, I'll drop you home." But Mo Fei refuses. Xiao Yu then asks, "Are you angry with me?" Mo Fei replies, "No, I'm not angry at all." So Xiao Yu says, "If you get in my car, I'll tell you why I gave you low marks and where you went wrong." Mo Fei agrees because she thinks Xiao Yu is a great designer, and he might help her understand her mistakes so she can improve. Tang Ming also sees them together, which makes him very upset. Later at home, Mo Fei is still feeling down. Her brother tries to comfort her and says, "I know you're really hurt today, so just rest your head on my shoulder and cry as much as you want." But Mo Fei replies, "I don't want to cry because I know I'm a designer, and even I can make mistakes. So now I won't worry. I'll work on improving myself." Then the brother and sister sit together and have a sweet conversation. Meanwhile, Tang Ming is at home, thinking about how Xiao Yu took Mo Fei away in front of his eyes. He's so restless that he can't sleep the whole night. As soon as morning comes, he rushes to Mo Fei's house and tells her, "Stay away from Xiao Yu. He's not a good person. And why did you sit in his car yesterday? If you have trouble commuting, just tell me. I'll send my assistant to pick you up." Mo Fei finds this strange and says, "I do stay away from Xiao Yu, but he comes to me. What can I do about it?" Tang Ming replies, "I don't want to hear any excuses. I just want you to stay away from him. That's all." And with that, he leaves. Mo Fei tells all this to her friend Shen Jia, and she says, "So that means two guys are crazy about you." But Mo Fei denies it and scolds her, "There's nothing like that." Later, while Mo Fei is working at Tang Ming's company, Xiao Yu and his assistant arrive with lots of jewelry, and Xiao Yu is also holding a bouquet. Mo Fei is shocked to see all this. Just then, Tang Ming walks in and tells Xiao Yu to leave, but Xiao Yu says, "I'm not here for you. I'm here for my Mo Fei." Hearing this, Tang Ming gets furious and says, "Repeat what you just said." Xiao Yu repeats, "I'm here for my Mo Fei." Then Tang Ming angrily says, "This company, this building you're standing in, none of it belongs to you, not even the employees here. So Mo Fei is completely out of the question. If you ever say anything again about her or any of my employees, you'll have to deal with me." Xiao Yu replies, "You're taking it so seriously, I was just playing a prank." And with that, he leaves. Afterward, Tang Ming takes Mo Fei to a quiet place and says, "Did you see what happened today? This is why I told you to stay away from that guy. But you never listened to me." He scolds her, and Mo Fei gets upset too. She says, "Why are you telling me all this? What does it matter to you what I do? I'm just your employee. Why do you care so much about me?" Tang Ming replies, "Put your hand on your heart and ask yourself why I care so much about you." And with that, he walks away. Mo Fei is left extremely confused, thinking, "What is Tang Ming trying to say? Did he just confess his feelings to me?" Then she thinks to herself, if he was really proposing to me, he would have said the 3 magical words. But he didn't say anything. That means he hasn't confessed his feelings yet. After that, she also walks away. In the next scene, Suiling goes to meet Tang Ming's mother, who says, "How long are you going to stay just friends with my son? I want you to become my daughter-in-law soon. So now you should tell Tang Ming how you feel." Hearing this, Suiling feels really happy. Then we see Xiao Yu's industry, where 1 out of 5 models doesn't show up. So Linda forcefully selects Lu Ju for the modeling. When the show starts, everyone performs well, but Mo Fei only presents 4 dresses. Because of this, she risks getting disqualified from the show, since the contract says that each designer must present 5 dresses. The judge likes all the dresses made by Mo Fei, but then he asks, "Where's your 5th dress?" Mo Fei explains, "My 5th dress isn't ready yet, and if you want to disqualify me for that, you can." Everyone is impressed by her designs, so they ask her to at least show a photo of the 5th dress. When she shows it, everyone is impressed by that too. Xiao Yu says to Mo Fei, "Your fifth dress is beautiful, so you should finish it by tomorrow and present it again." But Mo Fei replies, "I can't complete the dress in one day, so please disqualify me from the show." And with that, she walks off the stage. When Xiao Yu follows her, Mo Fei tells him, "Someone burned my fifth dress. That's why I couldn't present it today." Hearing this, Xiao Yu becomes furious, and he immediately suspects Bai Xiao. He yells at her and fires her from the job, but this time, poor Bai Xiao hadn't done anything wrong. On the other side, Tang Ming's manager tells him, even if Mo Fei didn't come in first, second, or third, her popularity is the highest. Because of her, our company is getting a lot of recognition and profit. Later, he goes to meet Mo Fei and tells her, "Bai Xiao had nothing to do with your dress being destroyed. I checked the CCTV footage. She never even entered the room." Mo Fei feels really bad after hearing this, so she goes to apologize to Bai Xiao. But Bai Xiao scolds her and walks away. Then, while Mo Fei is working, Xiao Yu comes to her, and after chatting a bit, he suddenly says, "Why don't you become my girlfriend?" Hearing this, Mo Fei asks, "Why are you saying that?" He replies, "If you become my girlfriend, I'll be able to protect you in every way." Mo Fei laughs and says, "I can take care of myself. I don't want to be your girlfriend." Later, while Xiao Yu is leaving, he runs into Tang Ming on the way. Tang Ming says to him, "What do you really want? Why do you keep showing up around Mo Fei?" Xiao Yu responds, "I like Mo Fei." Tang Ming gets angry and asks, "What do you want from me?" Xiao Yu says, "I will definitely take revenge on you for what you did to my sister, and I will never let you live in peace." From this conversation, it seems that Tang Ming did something wrong to Xiao Yu's sister in the past. Because of that, things have never been right between them. After that, Tang Ming goes to Mo Fei and says, "I told you to stay away from that man." Mo Fei replies, "And I've told you many times, Xiao Yu and I are just good friends, nothing more. So stop overthinking." On the other side, Bai Xiao is deeply depressed because ever since Xiao Yu fired her, no one is giving her any work, so she's sitting in a bar, drinking. Just then, Hai Tian arrives and offers her a job. Bai Xiao puts forward a few conditions, and since Hai Tian already has a soft spot for her, he agrees to all of them. Next, we see Mo Fan telling his sister Mo Fei, "Mom's coming today." Hearing this, Mo Fei feels really happy. The next day, both of them go to the airport to receive their mom, who warmly hugs them, and all three feel overjoyed. Then, when Mo Fan is at Xiao Yu's industry with Lu Ju, Linda comes to them and says, "You both have been promoted. This means you're now in Group B and just a few steps away from becoming top models." Lu Ju gets really excited hearing this and says, "Let's celebrate at your place tonight." But Mo Fan refuses and says, "No, I can't take you home because my mom is here." To that, Lu Ju says, "That's not a big deal. You come to my place and we'll party there." Later, when Mo Fan is at Lu Ju's home, she keeps staring at him like she's fallen for him. After that, Tang Ming visits Mo Fei at her house, and she hugs him because she just got accepted into a university in France, and she's very happy. Just then, her mom enters and sees her hugging a guy and thinks Mo Fei is hugging a boy. Tang Ming panics and says, "I'm just her friend, nothing more." Then they both leave the house, and Tang Ming takes Mo Fei to a place and asks, "Do you know this place? We used to come here often when we were kids." Mo Fei looks confused, so Tang Ming explains, "We've known each other since childhood." He's talking about the dream he had at the beginning of the drama, the one with two kids, who were actually the two of them. To this, Mo Fei replies, "But I don't remember anything. When are you talking about?" Tang Ming says, "When you remember, we'll talk about it again." Then the two leave the place. Later, when Mo Fei reaches home, her mom asks, "Who was that boy? Are you two dating?" Mo Fei hesitates and denies it, saying, "We only meet because of work." Her mom grows suspicious and smiles. Then, when Mo Fei is in her room, Tang Ming messages her and asks, "Aren't you going live today?" Mo Fei replies, "I'm feeling sleepy, so I won't go live today." Tang Ming says, "But I've gotten used to your live streams. I won't be able to sleep without them." Hearing that, Mo Fei blushes and tells him a bedtime story, which helps him fall asleep peacefully. In the next scene, we see a grand party going on where everyone is present. By now, Mo Fei has become extremely famous after the show, and everyone tries to hire her, saying, "If you join our company, we'll pay you whatever you ask for." But Mo Fei refuses all offers. Then, Xiao Yu deliberately starts asking Sui Ling in front of Mo Fei, "Where's Tang Ming? Honestly, you two make such a great couple and look so adorable together. So when are you two getting married? All your friends are already married." Hearing this, Mo Fei feels deeply hurt and walks away. Later, when Xiao Yu and Sui Ling are alone, Sui Ling says to him, "You acted really well," which causes a rift in Mo Fei and Tang Ming's relationship. After this, when Mo Fei is on her way home, Sui Ling pulls up in her car and requests her, "Come with me, I'll drop you home." So Mo Fei gets into her car. But instead of taking her home, Sui Ling drives her to Tang Ming's house, where she wants to show her how much Tang Ming's mom likes her. And when Tang Ming's mom welcomes both of them inside, she gives a gift to Sui Ling and says, "Hurry up and marry my son Tang Ming and come live with me." Hearing this, Mo Fei feels even more heartbroken. When she reaches home, she's in a really bad mood and doesn't go to work for a few days. That's when Tang Ming visits her at home and immediately senses something's wrong, so he asks her the reason. But Mo Fei behaves very differently with him. Poor Tang Ming even brought her a gift, but she refuses to take it. This makes Tang Ming very upset, and he walks away. The next day, Mo Fei packs her bag and heads to the airport because she has a flight to Paris for university. While she's on the way, she misses Tang Ming terribly, but doesn't call him, thinking, I shouldn't come between Shui Ling and Tang Ming. So with a heavy heart, she goes to board the flight. And when Tang Ming finds out about it, he rushes to the airport to meet her and returns the prince toy that his sister had taken from her. Mo Fei becomes very emotional, unable to properly express why she's so upset. Then, she boards the flight. Tang Ming sits in his car afterward, deeply emotional, because he still hasn't confessed his feelings to Mo Fei. When Mo Fei arrives in Paris, she makes a new friend, and they decide to share a room. When Xiao Yu finds out about this, he immediately books a ticket to Paris and goes to Tang Ming's company to challenge him, saying, Mo Fei will only make me her boyfriend, no one else. Tang Ming is deeply hurt by his words and responds, Don't be so delusional, because I'm going to Paris too. Xiao Yu tells him, Even if you do come, you won't be able to remove my love from Mo Fei's heart. I'll make her so emotionally dependent that she'll only like me. With that, he leaves. Meanwhile, Mo Fei can only think about Tang Ming because she's finally realized how much he loves him. She keeps thinking, maybe Tang Ming loves me just as much. That's why he came to meet me at the airport and returned my toy. Just then, her friend asks, What are you lost in? Mo Fei replies, I'm thinking about Tang Ming, how much I like him, and I feel like he likes me too. But there's a girl at the office named Shui Ling, and she works at a higher post than me. Everyone says she's in a relationship with Tang Ming and that they're going to get married soon. Her friend advises her, You shouldn't believe hearsay. You should talk to Tang Ming directly about this. In the next scene, both Tang Ming and Xiao Yu arrive in Paris. When Mo Fei finds out, she feels really happy, but is a little shocked to see Xiao Yu. She asks, What are you doing here? Xiao Yu replies, I came here for you. Mo Fei doesn't like this at all, so Xiao Yu quickly changes his words and says, I had some work here, so I came for that. The next day, while Mo Fei is sleeping, her friend wakes her up and says, Xiao Yu has taken the flat right across from ours, and he's moving in today. This really frustrates Mo Fei. She wonders what exactly he wants. Later, when Xiao Yu steps out of his flat, he runs into Tang Ming outside. Tang Ming asks, What are you doing here? To make him feel jealous, Xiao Yu says, From now on, I'm Mo Fei's neighbor. I can meet her whenever I want. This angers Tang Ming a lot, but Xiao Yu threatens him. The pain you caused my sister, I'll make you suffer even more. And that's when we find out the real problem between them. Xiao Yu and Tang Ming have been childhood friends, and Xiao Yu's sister had liked Tang Ming since they were young. But when she confessed her feelings, Tang Ming turned her down because he always saw her as a little sister due to their close friendship. But Xiao Yu's sister was obsessed with him, and the rejection pushed her into depression. She ran away from home, and it's been 3 years with no news of her whereabouts. That's why Xiao Yu hates Tang Ming and blames him for hurting his sister. In the next scene, Tang Ming is about to return to China, but before leaving, he confesses his feelings to Mo Fei. Mo Fei asks, If you like me, then why are you marrying Zhuiling? Tang Ming explains everything. There's nothing like that. I've never seen her that way, only considered her a good friend. After that, he kisses Mo Fei, and she becomes very happy. Xiao Yu sees them kissing and realizes they are now dating, which makes him very sad. The next day, after Tang Ming has gone back to China, Xiao Yu approaches Mo Fei and tries to provoke her. Tang Ming is not a good man. Stay away from him, or you'll regret it one day. Mo Fei is shocked to hear this, and angrily says, I've already made this mistake once, believing what others said. But now, even if God himself tells me to stay away from Tang Ming, I won't. Meanwhile, Tang Ming tells Zhuiling about his relationship with Mo Fei, which really upsets her. In her rage, she calls Mo Fei and starts insulting her. But this time, Mo Fei doesn't stay quiet. She gives it back to Zhuiling and tells her to stay away from Tang Ming. This makes Zhuiling even more furious. The next day, Mo Fei is getting dressed for her university class, while Xiao Yu keeps calling her non-stop, but she doesn't pick up. He then comes to her window, but sees that she has drawn the curtains to avoid him. Seeing this, he smiles slightly, realizing Mo Fei has become sharper these days. Just then, Mo Fei's friend tells her, You shouldn't ignore Xiao Yu like this. The more you ignore him, the more he'll chase after you. Mo Fei agrees and says, All right, now I'll behave normally with him, as if I have no problem at all. Meanwhile, Zhuiling offers a job to Mo Fei's best friend from China, Shenjia, at her own company, because now she wants revenge and plans to use her friend for that. Poor Shenjia has no clue about any of this and starts to see Zhuiling as her role model. In the next scene, Tang Ming comes to Paris to meet Mo Fei, and they spend a lot of quality time together. And when Tang Ming is dropping her off at her room, some men begin to follow them and then attack. That's when Xiao Yu suddenly appears to protect them, but those men start beating him up badly. The police arrive soon after, and the goons run away. After this, Tang Ming and Mo Fei take Xiao Yu to the hospital, where he receives proper treatment. When he regains consciousness, Mo Fei comes to check on him with Tang Ming and thanks him for saving them. But Xiao Yu wants to speak with her alone, so he asks Tang Ming to leave. Tang Ming gets angry and says, "Whatever you have to say it in front of me." But Mo Fei folds her hands and pleads, "Please don't fight right now," and requests Tang Ming to leave. So he walks out. Then she asks, "What is it that you want to talk to me about alone?" Xiao Yu says, "Now you realize how much I like you, right? That's why I risked my life for you." Hearing this, Mo Fei gets irritated and says, "You're starting with the same talk again, which I absolutely hate," and she walks away. Meanwhile, Xueling visits Tang Ming's mother and starts brainwashing her. She says, "Your dream of making me your daughter-in-law will never come true now because Tang Ming has chosen someone else over me. And that someone is just a regular designer, the same girl who visited your house with me that day." Tang Ming's mother gets furious and promises her, "Don't worry, the daughter-in-law of my house will only be you and no one else." In the next scene, Tang Ming visits Xiao Yu in the hospital and warns him to stay away from Mo Fei and stop following her. But Xiao Yu says, "Now I've started to like Mo Fei, and until I win her over, I won't stop trying." He then asks Tang Ming, "Are you afraid that I'll steal her from you?" "Well, you should be, because that's exactly what I'm going to do." This deeply upsets Tang Ming, and he goes to Mo Fei and scolds her, "From now on, you shouldn't even stay casually friendly with Xiao Yu because that guy is not right." Mo Fei gets angry and says, "Xiao Yu helped us, and it's because of us that he's in the hospital now, so it's our duty to help him. And by the way, you always ask me to stay away from him, but have I ever told you to stay away from Xueling or break your friendship with her? I feel bad too when you're with her, but I never say anything because I trust you." And with that, she walks away. The next day, Tang Ming takes her to a restaurant to make it up to her. He apologizes. "I know you feel like I don't trust you, but that's not true at all. I just care about you. That's why I ask you to stay away from Xiao Yu." Mo Fei gets emotional hearing this, and they spend the whole day together, having fun. Later, when they are eating at home and talking, Xiao Yu overhears their conversation and becomes even more sad, sitting alone and depressed in his house. In the next scene, we see Bai Xiao with Hai Tian. They're about to get married and are very happy, but when Bai Xiao learns that Mo Fei got admission to a university in Paris, she becomes extremely jealous and also starts preparing to go there. On the other side, Tang Ming is very happy and makes his relationship with Mo Fei official on social media. Lu Ju and Mo Fan are thrilled to hear the news, but when Tang Ming's mom and Sui Ling find out, they both become furious. Later, Bai Xiao arrives in Paris and gets Mo Fei's workplace address from her secretary. When she goes there, Mo Fei is shocked to see her, but Bai Xiao starts troubling her and orders her to put a heel on her feet. Just then, Mo Fei's friend arrives and threatens Bai Xiao. "Whatever you're doing to Mo Fei right now is being recorded on the shop's CCTV camera. And if I show this to the police, you'll be charged with harassment and end up in jail. So just quietly leave from here." Hearing this, Bai Xiao gets really scared and walks away. Meanwhile, when Tang Ming returns to China, his mom tells him, "No one except Shui Ling will be the daughter-in-law of this house." To this, Tang Ming replies, "I'm dating Mo Fei, and I'll marry her only." This leads to a bit of tension between the mother and son. Then we see Mo Fan and Lu Ju practicing modeling. Mo Fan feels thirsty and drinks water from another girl's bottle, which Lu Ju doesn't like at all, and gets angry. When Mo Fan tries to calm her down, she says, "I really don't like it when you drink from another girl's bottle when I have 2 bottles myself." Hearing that, Mo Fan smiles and says, "Sorry." In the next scene, Xiao Yu also finds out that Tang Ming made his relationship with Mo Fei official. This makes him go to Mo Fei's house. The door is locked. When he knocks, Mo Fei says from inside, "Go away from here." Xiao Yu becomes even sadder and helpless. On the other side, Shui Ling comes to meet Tang Ming and talks to him about their relationship. Tang Ming directly says, "I've only ever seen you as my childhood friend. Nothing more." Hearing this, Shui Ling completely breaks down and starts crying heavily. Next, Mo Fei is at her university where her teacher tells the class, "A new professor will be taking your session today," and it turns out to be none other than Xiao Yu. Seeing him, Mo Fei is shocked and thinks, "Since when did he start doing this job?" Xiao Yu conducts classes all day, and everyone really enjoys them. Later, one of the university staff finds out that it's Xiao Yu's birthday, so they all plan a surprise for him. But upon seeing the celebration, Xiao Yu quietly walks out and sits on the staircase at home, feeling low. Mo Fei finds him and asks, "Why did you leave like that? Sir had planned such a nice surprise for you. Why did you ruin everything?" Xiao Yu then explains, "Every year I used to celebrate my birthday with my mom and sister, but after mom's death, even my sister left. Mo Fei feels really bad hearing this and makes a fish out of thread for him, as it's considered lucky in that culture to give a fish on someone's birthday. Xiao Yu gets very happy seeing it and says, "I'll always keep this with me." Then he asks Mo Fei, "Can't we just be friends again like before?" Mo Fei replies, "I'm dating Tang Ming, and he really doesn't like me staying friends with you. So we should stay apart because I don't want any misunderstanding in my relationship." Meanwhile, when Lu Ju finds out that Mo Fan's magazine covers are everywhere, she starts dancing with joy and buys all the magazines together. After that, Mo Fei is at her university working on a new dress design. Her professor tells her, "This time you need to work even harder, because there will be a big university fashion show and I want your design to be featured in it." Mo Fei becomes really excited and starts putting all her heart into making the dress. Later, when she returns home, she finds out Tang Ming has sent her a ton of food. She becomes super happy seeing it. While studying, she keeps eating all the food Tang Ming sent and ends up eating so much that she falls sick with a stomachache. She tries calling her friend, but her friend is out and doesn't answer. So Mo Fei somehow tries to walk out but ends up sitting down near the door, holding her stomach in pain. Just then, Xiao Yu arrives and sees Mo Fei in such a bad condition. Without wasting any time, he rushes her to the hospital and gets her checked by the best doctor. The doctor confirms there's nothing serious. Mo Fei just ate some junk food which upset her stomach. Then, Xiao Yu says to her, "If anything happens to you, you should inform me first. At least as long as I'm here, I can help you, right? Even if we're not friends, I can still help you as a neighbor." Mo Fei agrees and says, "Please don't tell Tang Ming about this." Later, when Mo Fei returns home, Tang Ming video calls her and asks, "You look really weak today. Is something wrong?" Mo Fei replies, "No, nothing's wrong. Actually, I just got tired from working too much today." Just then, her friend walks in and asks, "How are you feeling now? I heard you were hospitalized." Tang Ming hears this and gets very worried. Mo Fei quickly calms him down and says, "I'm totally fine. I just ate something weird which gave me a stomachache. It's nothing serious." That night, when Mo Fei can't sleep, Tang Ming tells her a bedtime story and helps her fall asleep. The next day, Mo Fei's brother Mo Fan calls her and says, "Hey, can you please tell your boyfriend to stop bringing me chocolate ice cream every day? Do I look like a little kid to him?" Mo Fei laughs and says, "Okay, I'll talk to him." Actually, Tang Ming loves Mo Fei so much that he always worries about her brother, too. That's why he regularly goes to his house with chocolates or ice cream, thinking Mo Fei might feel relieved knowing her brother is being looked after. The next day, while Mo Fei is talking to Tang Ming and explaining, "Please don't treat my little brother like a kid. He's getting annoyed. You're seriously treating him like a baby." A girl approaches Mo Fei and asks for Xiao Yu's address. Mo Fei tells her. When that girl shows up at Xiao Yu's place, he gets shocked seeing her, hugs her immediately, takes her inside, and starts talking to her. Mo Fei sees them from a distance and thinks maybe she's his girlfriend. In the next scene, Mo Fei's university goes on vacation, so she returns home and her brother Mo Fan picks her up at the airport. Once home, she talks to her brother about everything at university and they spend good time together. Meanwhile, when Xiao Yu goes to Mo Fei's house to meet her, he finds out she has gone back to China for vacation. Then, Xiao Yu returns to his home, where the same girl is sitting. It's then revealed that she is none other than his sister, Fang Qian. She tells him, "Brother, I want to go back to our home in China. All my childhood memories are there." Xiao Yu agrees, and the two leave for China. Then we see Tang Ming working in his office when Mo Fei shows up. He gets shocked and emotional seeing her. Mo Fei says, "My university holidays have started, so I came here." Tang Ming immediately hugs her tightly and showers her with love. But Zhuiling sees them and gets angry. She tells Tang Ming, "You should follow the company rules. This kind of behavior isn't acceptable here." Then she storms off. After that, Tang Ming announces in his company that from now on, Mo Fei will also be working with them. This makes Mo Fei's friend Shen Jia feel extremely jealous because Zhuiling had already filled her heart with hatred toward Mo Fei. Now even Shen Jia starts disliking Mo Fei, but pretends to still be her loving friend. Poor Mo Fei has no idea what's going on behind her back. A little while later, Tang Ming is driving somewhere when he notices an ice cream shop. It's the same shop where he and Xiao Yu's sister, Fang Tian, used to come as kids to eat ice cream together. Suddenly, Tang Ming spots a girl who looks exactly like Fang Qian. He immediately runs toward her, but she has already left by the time he gets there. He convinces himself it was just his imagination, but in reality, it was Fang Qian. Later, when Xiao Yu and Fang Tian return home, Xiao Yu tells her, "Since the day you left this house, I haven't had a single moment of peace. And your room, I left it just the way you did. I haven't touched a thing. Hearing this makes his sister very happy. After that, they go out for dinner where Fang Tian tries to convince Xiao Yu, you should forgive Tang Ming now. It really wasn't his fault. He always treated me like a sister. That's why he rejected me. I've moved on now, so please stop stressing about it. Xiao Yu agrees, but deep inside, he still feels like his sister hasn't truly gotten over Tang Ming. Meanwhile, Mo Fei is spending time with her mom, who brings up meeting Tang Ming. Mo Fei replies, when Tang Ming has time, I'll definitely introduce him to you. Elsewhere, Hai Tian transfers his company to Bai Xiao, making her the new CEO, and announces he wants to move into the gaming industry. This makes Bai Xiao extremely happy. This was the opportunity she had always dreamed of. Soon after, Xueling receives a call and rushes to a restaurant. It turns out the caller is none other than Fang Qian, because they were childhood friends. They're thrilled to see each other after so long. Later, when Xueling returns to the company, she thinks, I should tell Tang Ming about this, but she just can't gather the courage and ends up saying nothing. When Fang Qian returns home, she looks through her old photo albums filled with childhood memories, pictures of her with Tang Ming and others. Suddenly, she collapses unconscious. Xiao Yu rushes her to the hospital, where he's devastated to learn she has a brain tumor and needs urgent surgery. Her condition is critical. Without surgery, she could die. Xiao Yu breaks down in tears. He calls his father, but his stepmother answers instead and tells him, your father's out of town. This makes Xiao Yu feel even more alone and helpless. In his grief, Xiao Yu drinks heavily. Drunk and disoriented, he shows up outside Mo Fei's home, calling her name loudly. When she comes outside, she sees Xiao Yu totally drunk. He slurs, Tang Ming is a terrible person. He ruined everything I had. I'm in this state because of him. Stay away from him, or he'll ruin you too. Mo Fei finds this disturbing and quietly walks away. The next day at work, Xueling lashes out at Mo Fei. You stole my love from me. Mo Fei finally snaps and gives it back to her, harshly. At that moment, Tang Ming walks in. Mo Fei storms off and Tang Ming follows her. Mo Fei is deeply upset and says, why does everyone keep accusing me of trapping you with my looks? Hearing all this really hurts. She starts crying. Right then, Tang Ming proposes to her. When Mo Fei looks at him, he says, I was just joking. She hugs him tightly. And then Tang Ming proposes again, this time seriously, saying, I wasn't joking at all. Meanwhile, Xiao Yu is taking good care of his sister when their father and stepmother arrive. The moment Fang Qian sees her father, she breaks down in tears. Her father gets emotional seeing her like that and assures her, you're going to get better very soon. But a little while later, Fang Qian's condition suddenly worsens. Xiao Yu's father informs Tang Ming as well, believing that having Tang Ming around might help her recover faster. Tang Ming rushes to the hospital, but Xiao Yu blocks him, saying, she's in this condition because of you. He lashes out at him, but their father allows Tang Ming to go in. When Tang Ming enters the room, he holds Fang Qian's hand and says, please forgive me. But Fang Qian just looks at him silently, without saying a word. Xiao Yu then walks in and says, cut the act. I know you don't care about my sister at all. Don't ever show your face here again. Tang Ming tries to explain, I won't let anything happen to Fang Qian this time. But Xiao Yu arrogantly replies, does Mo Fei know about your past? First, go fix your own relationship, and if she finds out from someone else, don't come crying to me. Tang Ming is shaken by this and decides that it's time to tell Mo Fei everything about Fang Qian. Elsewhere, Mo Fei is with Lu Ju when she gets into a minor accident. The doctor advises her to stay at the hospital for a few days due to an internal head injury. Mo Fei panics and pleads with Lu Ju, please don't tell your brother, he'll just get worried for no reason. While she's at the hospital, she sees Fang Qian almost falling from her wheelchair. Mo Fei rushes to catch her and helps her back to her room. This sparks a new friendship between the two. Later, when Mo Fei is being discharged, she visits Fang Qian and hands her a handkerchief saying, consider this a token of our friendship. Always keep it with you. Fang Qian is deeply touched by this gesture. When Mo Fei returns home, Tang Ming finds out about her accident and scolds her, why didn't you tell me something this serious? Mo Fei responds, I didn't want to worry you. That's why I kept it to myself. After that, Tang Ming takes extra care of her. Meanwhile, Fang Qian is feeling a bit better and gets discharged from the hospital too. But the doctor tells Xiao Yu, if your sister undergoes surgery, she can fully recover. However, Fang Qian is stubborn and refuses the surgery out of fear. If something happens during the surgery, I could die. And I've only just returned after so many years, I won't even get to spend time with my family. When Xueling hears that Fang Qian isn't agreeing to the surgery, she tells Tang Ming, if you talk to her, she might say yes. Tang Ming goes to speak with Fang Qian and says, I know you want to clear all the misunderstandings between us, so I promise you, if you agree to the surgery, I'll patch things up with your brother too. We'll go back to being like we were before. Xiao Yu overhears this and realizes how much Tang Ming truly cares about his sister. The next morning when Mo Fei wakes up, she's in a terrible mood. Her brother, Mo Fan, quickly figures out that she's on her period and starts making tasty food for her. Just then, the doorbell rings. When Mo Fei opens the door, she finds Tang Ming there. He says, "Today marks 200 days of our relationship. We have to celebrate. Go get ready. I'm waiting for you downstairs." Mo Fei becomes extremely happy. But when she gets ready and comes out, she finds that Tang Ming is no longer there. He sends her a message that reads, "Something urgent came up, so I have to leave." Mo Fei understands and ends up going to dinner with her friend alone. Actually, Fang Qin's condition had worsened severely. Her vision had started to blur. Xiao Yu rushes her to the hospital, and it's her father who calls Tang Ming, hoping he can convince her to agree to the surgery, which she's still refusing. Even after Tang Ming tries to persuade her, Fang Qian still doesn't agree. Then Xiao Yu comes in, and Fang Qian tells him, "I saw Mom in my dream last night. She's calling me to her." Hearing this, Xiao Yu becomes emotional and says, "Don't talk like that." But Fang Qian explains to him, "When I leave this world, don't cry. Just live your life to the fullest." Xiao Yu replies, "I won't let anything happen to you. Don't worry." Later, when Xiao Yu is sitting alone thinking about his sister, he sees a photo Mo Fei posted while eating dinner, alone. This angers Xiao Yu a lot. He storms to Mo Fei's house, forces her into his car and asks, "While you were eating alone, did you even think where your boyfriend was?" Mo Fei stays silent. Xiao Yu then begins ranting about Tang Ming and starts speeding the car, saying, "Come on, I'll show you the real face of your boyfriend." Mo Fei yells at him, "Stop the car!" She lashes out at him. "You couldn't have me, so you're always trying to turn me against Tang Ming." But Xiao Yu pays no attention and keeps driving recklessly, which leads to a car accident. Xiao Yu escapes without a scratch, but Mo Fei suffers a head injury. She scolds him harshly and walks herself to the hospital. The doctor warns her, "If you keep getting head injuries like this, you'll be in serious trouble in the future." Mo Fei assures them, "I'll take care of myself from now on." As she's leaving the hospital, she spots Fang Qian and rushes to her. Fang Qian tells her, "I don't have much time left." Mo Fei comforts her. "Don't think like that." She installs the same app on Fang Qian's phone that she uses to go live every day and says, "Use this whenever you feel low. It'll feel like I'm right there with you." This gesture makes Fang Qian really happy. When Mo Fei returns home, she finds Tang Ming there. He apologizes for that night and showers her with love. They spend some quality time together. The next day, Fang Qian listens to one of Mo Fei's live stories through the app. Mo Fei says, "We shouldn't fear anything. Death can come anytime. But there's no harm in trying to live. As long as we're alive, we must keep fighting to live." These words hit Fang Qian deeply. She realizes that if she doesn't go through with the surgery out of fear, she'll die anyway. It's better to take the risk and see what happens. She immediately calls Xiao Yu and says, "I'm ready for the surgery." Xiao Yu is overjoyed and contacts the doctor right away. The doctor schedules the surgery for 10 days later. After that, Tang Ming visits Fang Qian and takes her to a place they used to go in childhood. They relive their old memories together. The next day is Fang Qian's birthday. Mo Fei comes to visit her, but just as she's there, Tang Ming also arrives with a gift for Fang Qian, along with Xiao Yu and Shui Ling. And Xiao Yu tells her everything, which deeply hurts Mo Fei. She turns to leave. Tang Ming follows her, but Mo Fei says, "If I had heard this from you and not someone else, it wouldn't have hurt this much." She's heartbroken and walks away alone to her home. Later, Shui Ling begins speaking badly about Mo Fei. Hearing her, Fang Qian feels terrible because she considers Mo Fei a dear friend and truly cares for her. She tells Shui Ling, "Be quiet," but Shui Ling, lost in her own ego, ignores her, which angers Xiao Yu. He snaps at Shui Ling. "You should leave now." Back at home, Mo Fei finds Lu Ju waiting. She asks her, "Did you already know about Fang Qian?" Lu Ju quickly understands what must have happened and calmly explains, "My brother didn't betray or lie to you. He was just waiting for the right time. Otherwise, he would have told you everything a long time ago." Hearing this, Mo Fei understands it all. When she checks her phone, she sees tons of missed calls and messages from Tang Ming. In one of them, it says, "I'll come pick you up in 20 minutes, so get ready. We're going out for dinner." Mo Fei gets excited and happily gets ready for dinner. In the next scene, Fang Qian's surgery is underway. Her family stands outside the operating room, emotional and teary-eyed. They say, "Good luck, you'll recover soon." When Mo Fei and Tang Ming arrive, Fang Qian says to them, "Promise me that once I recover, we'll all go somewhere beautiful together." Tang Ming replies, "I promise." While the surgery is going on, Tang Ming sits beside Xiao Yu and tries to comfort him. Xiao Yu feels supported and says, "If my sister's surgery is successful, I'll go back to being your friend like before. But if anything happens to her, I won't forgive you." Tang Ming agrees and says, "I believe nothing will happen to Fang Qian." A few hours later, the doctor comes out of the operation room. Everyone rushes toward him with hope in their eyes. The doctor announces the surgery was successfully completed. Fang Qian will fully recover in 2 to 3 days. Everyone bursts into joy at the news. As promised, Xiao Yu begins treating Tang Ming warmly again. In the next scene, Zui Ling is seen leaving her company when she spots a guy, none other than her childhood school friend, Yan Shu. In school, Zui Ling liked him, but she never knew that Yan Shu also had feelings for her. They both kept waiting for the other to confess, which left their love story incomplete. Now, after so many years, fate brings them together again. Zui Ling is thrilled, and Yan Shu finally confesses his feelings to her. He gives her a card and says, "If you like me too, then please come here." The next day, chaos breaks out at Tang Ming's company. Some important design files have been stolen. And it turns out the culprit is Shen Jia, who did it under Bai Xiao's orders in exchange for a hefty payment. When Mo Fei uncovers the truth and finds out that her own friend Shen Jia betrayed her, she rushes to confront her. But this time, Shen Jia shows her true face and says, "I hate you." She even confesses, "Yes, I did all of it. And anyway, unless you have proof against me, no one will believe a word you say." The next day, Shen Jia meets Bai Xiao at a restaurant and tells him, "I stole Mo Fei's designs and helped you for money. I even erased all the evidence." But clever Mo Fei had already followed her and secretly recorded the whole conversation, which she later shows to Tang Ming. When Zui Ling finds out, she immediately fires Shen Jia from the company. As Shen Jia leaves, she arrogantly approaches Mo Fei and says, "I want to tell you a secret." When Mo Fei leans in, she reveals, "It was me who ruined your 5th dress at the show that day. I hated you then, I hate you now, and I always will." Mo Fei is devastated and begins to cry, heartbroken by the betrayal of someone she once called her best friend. They all begin working on the dresses again as a major fashion show is approaching. Everyone works day and night. Meanwhile, Mo Fei and Zui Ling's relationship begins to improve. In the next scene, Tang Ming visits Fang Qian at the hospital. She's fully recovered and is happily telling stories to some kids. When she sees Tang Ming, she asks, "Do you remember your promise?" Tang Ming replies, "I've come to take you on that trip." Then, Xiao Yu, his sister, and the couple Mo Fei and Tang Ming all go on a fun outing together. They enjoy themselves a lot. During the trip, Xiao Yu tells Mo Fei, "I want to take my sister far away from this city, somewhere she can feel better." Mo Fei agrees and says, "Good luck." Later, the 4 of them ride a carousel together. Xiao Yu keeps looking at Mo Fei, and Fang Qian glances at Tang Ming, both siblings quietly acknowledging their unfulfilled feelings. Still, there's a strange calm on their faces, as if they've made peace with it. Meanwhile, Zui Ling goes to meet Yan Shu at his concert, but by the time she arrives, the concert has ended. Disappointed, she sits in her car and starts watching his interview. The media asks Yan Shu, "Have you ever been in love?" He replies, "Yes, I love someone deeply, but I could never tell her." Hearing this, Zui Ling gets emotional as memories of her childhood love flood back. Later, Xiao Yu and Fang Qian leave their home to start a new life in a peaceful place, bidding farewell to their parents. In the next scene, everyone at the company is busy preparing for the upcoming modeling show. By now, Mo Fei and Zui Ling have become good friends. The next day, during the show, Mo Fei's designs receive great appreciation. Tang Ming's company soars to new heights. Meanwhile, Zui Ling and Yan Shu are seen spending quality time together. In the following scene, Tang Ming's mom is seen searching for Mo Fei's house. Suddenly, Mo Fei's mom arrives, and we discover that both mothers are actually best friends. They're overjoyed to see each other after so many years. While chatting, Tang Ming's mom says, "I have a son who's very handsome, but there's this witchy girl chasing him, and I just want her to stay away. The problem is, my son refuses to let go of her." Mo Fei's mom chuckles, unaware that she's talking about Mo Fei. Soon after, Tang Ming's mom spots a family photo and realizes that Mo Fei is actually her friend's daughter. She immediately starts arguing and says, "Tell your daughter to stay away from my son, otherwise she'll see the worst of me." On the other hand, Zui Ling's father tells her, "Now no one can stop your marriage with Tang Ming because I've already spoken to his mother." Hearing this, Zui Ling replies, "I don't want to marry Tang Ming anymore because I don't have any feelings for him now." Her father understands and respects her decision. In the next scene, Tang Ming visits Mo Fei's house and apologizes to her mom on behalf of his own mother. He assures her, "I will never leave your daughter's side," which makes Mo Fei's mom extremely happy. The next day, Mo Fei tells Tang Ming, "My university break is ending, so I'll be leaving for Paris tomorrow." Tang Ming feels a little sad, but then he showers her with love and spends quality time with her. The following day, when Mo Fei is leaving for Paris, he drops her at the airport and gives her a tight hug. When Mo Fei reaches Paris, she meets Xiao Yu at her university. He says, "I'm here for some work. I need peace of mind, and I believe I can find it by promoting Chinese culture." Meanwhile, Tang Ming's mom is in Lu Ju's room when Mo Fan's calls start coming repeatedly. She notices a photo of Lu Ju and Mo Fan looking very close and becomes furious. She scolds Lu Ju harshly. "Both of my children are out of control now. My son is crazy about that girl, and now you're after that girl's brother. You're a girl. You should know better than to take such intimate photos with a boy." Feeling humiliated, Lu Ju goes to a bar to drink. Mo Fan arrives and tries to stop her. Lu Ju asks him, "What's our relationship status? What do you think of me?" Mo Fan replies, "Until now, we were just friends." Lu Ju gets even more upset. "What do you mean, until now? Are we not friends anymore?" Mo Fan says, "No, we're not just friends anymore. We're boyfriend and girlfriend because I want to date you now." Lu Ju is overjoyed and confesses her feelings too. They kiss. Later, we see that Xueling has been noticing a man dressed as a teddy bear waiting for her, giving her balloons, hugging her, and wishing her good morning. These small acts brighten her day. One day, she spots the man without his teddy bear head and realizes it's none other than her childhood friend Yan Shu. She becomes emotional, realizing how deeply he loves her, while she hasn't been giving him the attention he deserves. Impressed by his efforts, she starts liking him even more, but still can't confess her feelings. Finally, when they meet again, both of them confess their love to each other. In the next scene, Tang Ming travels to Paris and proposes to Mo Fei. After that, the story jumps ahead by 6 months. We learn that Mo Fei and Tang Ming had a court marriage and are now living happily together. On the other side, Lu Ju brings Mo Fan to meet her aunt. At first, her aunt behaves very rudely, but once she realizes that her children's happiness lies in love, she accepts Mo Fan warmly. She warns him, "If you don't take good care of my daughter, you'll have to deal with me." Mo Fan promises, "I will take care of Lu Ju with all my heart." In the final scene, Mo Fei returns to China from Paris. Tang Ming is overjoyed, and the two kiss lovingly. And after that, there's a grand fashion show where Mo Fei showcases many of her designs, and by now, she has become a renowned designer. At the end of the show, Mo Fei gives a speech and says, "I am where I am today because my husband supported me throughout my journey." Everyone claps after hearing her words. Suddenly, Tang Ming walks up on stage and kisses her in front of everyone. Mo Fei blushes deeply and runs away shyly. The next day, Tang Ming's father invites her for breakfast at their home. When Mo Fei arrives, Tang Ming's mother makes a face seeing her. But then Tang Ming's father says, "Don't mind your mother-in-law's expressions. She's just trying to tease you." To be honest, she couldn't sleep all night, waiting for her daughter-in-law to come and have breakfast together. Everyone laughs at his words, and even Tang Ming's mom finally accepts Mo Fei as her daughter-in-law. After breakfast, Tang Ming takes Mo Fei to a shop where he had selected some wedding dresses. When Mo Fei asks, "What is this for?" he replies, "Now we'll get married in front of everyone." Hearing this, Mo Fei becomes extremely happy. Finally, we see their wedding scene, where they arrive in those beautiful outfits, looking absolutely adorable. All their friends are present at the wedding, congratulating them with lots of love. Later, Tang Ming tells Mo Fei about their childhood. "We've known each other since we were kids and have always been best friends." Hearing that, Mo Fei recalls all their memories and becomes overwhelmed with happiness. And once again, Tang Ming kisses her in front of everyone. Seeing this, everyone cheers and celebrates with even more joy, except for poor Xiao Yu, who feels a bit sad, but still smiles for his friend's happiness. And with that, this drama ends with a beautiful, happy ending.